One of the key components in Flash Scene 3 is a functioning replay button. The replay button should restart the advertisement all the way back at the beginning so that you can see the Flash Scene 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. So it needs to restart the entire advertisement. This replay button could be shown at the very end, or if you want to put it out on when it first starts, like scene 1, that's totally acceptable too. So wherever you want to put this replay button is fine as long as it is fully functioning. So if you want to put it at the end, go ahead and do that, or if you want to put it so it's stationary throughout the entire advertisement, people can replay at any time, that's completely fine too. I've already made my replay button in Photoshop. I also included a rollover. You should be at this point very familiar with rollovers and how they function and how you need to create two different states for them. So I'm going to go ahead and import those to my library. So I'm going to do File, Import, Import to Library, and there's my two replay states. Open. And then I have my replay button and rollover. So there's like a little bit of a fuzzy around it. And then just my simple replay button. I'm going to make a new layer. I'm going to name this replay button. I'm going to drag my replay button out onto the stage, wherever I want it to go. I'm going to right click on it this time, and I'm going to say convert to symbol, and I want to make it a button, so I'll say replay button. If I double click on it, here's my up, and then on my over, this is where I'm going to put my replay button roll over on that keyframe. So I need to insert a keyframe, insert blank keyframe, and I'm going to pull that out. Try to get it lined up as best as possible. So that might take me a few goes to get it lined up. Let's see, where is this one located? -29, so maybe I can get this one. So that's pretty much perfectly on top. Migrate back to my scene 1. And this is a little bit different because I need to put this replay button right on keyframe 1. But I need to move some of these other ones the ones that have all the animation need to move over. And you're going to see why here in a minute. For the breads, I actually need to insert the frames. So all of these here that are just static, I need to insert frames. So it's both on keyframe 1 and on keyframe 2. The ones that I have animated are going to be on keyframe 2. And my replay button also needs to be on both keyframes. I'm going to make a new layer. I'm going to name this actions. I'm going to name this actions here, and I want it to stop. I'm going to click on my button. I'm going to go over to code snippets. I'm going to click on timeline navigation, and I'm going to click to go to frame and play. And then I'm going to say BTN replay, so I'm naming it. And then where do I want it to go? Not keyframe 5, I want it to go to keyframe 1. So now, if I test this, all should be well in the world. And it doesn't look like it. Okay, so something is off. Maybe it's the stop on keyframe 1. Let's test it again. There it goes. So now there's my scene 2 that I've already added. And now I want to replay. There it goes. There's my replay button. And at any time I can click on that replay button and it will start it just back at keyframe 1. Okay, so one of the major things to know is that I do need to extend out my replay button so it's on keyframe 1 and 2. Everything that I've animated, all my motion clips, my Danish shiz, my bakery, my logo, anything that I did animate is on the second keyframe with a blank keyframe right before it. And then anything that I want to be static is actually on keyframe 1 and 2. I made my buttons. I made it a button state. I went to the motion or the code snippets and I told it to go to and play keyframe 1. So it restarted at keyframe 1. Don't forget that stop action. As you realized in my demonstration, if I didn't have the stop action, it wouldn't work. And that's your replay button. Congratulations on finishing your scene 3. Hope you love your advertisement.